Good morning, good morning. We're gonna get the show started here in, let's see, like 5 minutes or so. So get ready for that. Make sure you tell all of your friends that we are live on YouTube right now. Live morning show, baby. You don't see things like this very often, so make sure you tell all of your buddies. You actually see it all the time because we do it every morning. But a lot of people have never seen anything like this on YouTube, and it would be pretty fun if you shared it. We've got some good news stories coming up. We're going to talk about hair in the Book of Unusual Knowledge. There's a whole section on hair that I thought was actually pretty fascinating. And of course, we've got fish to look at. We're going to play for a prize on the prize pond. It's going to be very, very fun. We're going to get it all started here in just a couple of minutes. It's actually happening very soon. Tell your friends. All right, let's do it. It is 7:02 time for the Morning Meowncements. Morning Meowncements on the Nightcat with Nightcat YouTube channel. It's the kitsch-minded morning show where we get you ready for the day. I'm your host, Nightcat. Thank you so much for being here. If you're a newbie, welcome aboard. Like I said, this is a morning show. We do it live on YouTube every day. I go through some of the pop culture headlines so you don't feel left behind at work. We play a lot of games and we've got prizes. You can play live, actually, if you'd like the chance to play our game Prize Pond live. The number for that is 601. Oh, that's not right at all. There we go. 601-557-CAT1. That's 601-557-2281. Shoot me a text with your first name. You do have to, I had a couple questions about this. You do have to text every day if you want to be considered for that day. Because if I don't get a text that day, I don't know if you're available to play or not. So even if you text your name in before, text your first name, 601-557-CAT1 is the number. We might be playing Prize Pond later. We've got all sorts of really fun stuff that we do on this show, and I'm happy that you could be here for it. Before we get into any of that, though, I did want to mention real quick, I've had a lot of questions about this, and finally, it got approved. I got all the paperwork submitted. It took a while, but I do have a P.O. box. I didn't have time to put a graphic together this morning, but the address is down in the description of this video. If you ever want to send me anything, I love getting cards and letters and mail from you. I love getting stuff that I can talk about on the show. People have asked if they can send me their old toys. I love old toys, so I will make sure that it either lands here or finds a really great home. Anything like that, you can just send me. If you just want to send me something just for fun, that's a good time too. The address is 3556 South, 5600 West, Suite 1-1015, Salt Lake City, Utah, 84120. You can find that address down in the description of this video, but one more time, 3556 South, 5600 West, Suite 1-1015, Salt Lake City, Utah, 84120. I can't wait to start getting mail. It's actually a digital mailbox, which is cool because they'll scan every single piece of mail that you get, and you can open it up on your phone and decide whether or not it's worth going down there for. So I never have to go down there for bills or like marketing information ever. I'm so freaking excited about it. All right, that is the P.O. box. Also, I can't tell you anything about it. I'm teasing it really hard. You don't get to know anything about it till Friday, but I have a huge, incredible, freaking announcement this Friday. So make sure you're watching the Morning Announcements on Friday because there's something big coming. Which brings us now to the Morning Mews. The Morning Mews. Oh no! I just spoiled it. Pretend you didn't see that video. I knew I was going to mess that up. The Morning Mews is the part of the show where I take you through the pop culture headlines so you don't feel left behind when you get to school or work. And let's get things started with Disney+. Disney+, of all the streaming services, has some of like the best stuff, and they've been the cheapest for a long time. Their memberships have only been $6.99 a month, which is pretty solid, I think. They've announced that Disney Plus memberships will be increasing. So the standard plan, which was $6.99, is going up to $7.99. They're raising everything by $1. The Disney Bundle, which includes ESPN and ad-supported Hulu, is going to go from $12.99 to $13.99. The one that includes the Hulu without ads is going to go from $18.99 to $19.99 a month. And if you pay for it annually, the Disney Plus membership, instead of paying $69.99, it'll be $79.99. So still a pretty good deal there. This is coming on the heels of them getting a huge milestone. They just added 100 million members to their subscriptions, which is just insane. Like, it's an obscene number of people who got onto the Disney Plus. My roommate and I got onto Disney Plus for the first time in a while last night. And we tried watching Dinosaurs, Jim Henson's Dinosaurs, that was on ABC for 4 seasons, by the way. It got way more seasons than it ever deserved. So my roommate and I turned it on. Nah. It was not nearly as good as we all remember it being. I promise you that. So if you've been thinking about rewatching the old Dinosaurs, I wouldn't do it. It's a rough one. So with 100 million, obviously just $1 each from each of us, that's going to be an extra $100 million every month in Disney's pocket, which I think is pretty, like they need it. But good, I mean, good for them. I still think $7.99 is very reasonable for what they offer. So just keep an eye on it. I don't know that it's going to be increasing on existing members. I think it's just going to be for new members. So you will have until Friday to lock in the deal. But I would double check that before, I do basic research. I don't do a ton of fact checking, okay? You want fact checking, watch a news site. Thank you. All right, Biden's dogs. Joe Biden's dogs are back at the White House after being sent home. So if you don't remember, we actually talked about this on Morning Announcements, I think a couple of weeks ago. But Joe Biden's dogs, about 2 weeks ago, were sent home to Delaware after they bit a senior security staffer. Oh yeah, it was pretty bad. Now, a bunch of dog trainers came to the defense of the dogs, and they're like, look, they just moved into a brand new house. It's all new. It's super scary. There are tons of people around that they don't know, just wandering in and out of their house. They don't feel safe or secure. So the dog trainer who worked with them over the last couple of weeks actually got onto TMZ, and he goes, you know, this was just about as much, this is just as much about training the White House staffers as it was about training the dogs. The White House staffers need to know how to interact with dogs in a way that's not going to lead to another biting incident, and we're also going to work on behavior stuff with the dogs as well. And they think they did a pretty good job. They must be fast learners, because they were brought back to the White House in 2 weeks after biting someone. They say the bite wasn't bad enough to puncture the skin, but if the bite was bad enough to send the dogs away for a couple weeks, it must have been, you know, not great. And finally, I ruined it already, but it's the best news, so pretend you didn't see it. Cadbury, the Cadbury Egg Company, Cadbury Easter candy. It's so good. It's so good. I love a Cadbury cream egg. I love a Cadbury caramel egg, but I think the things that I love the most are those little chocolate eggs with the hard candy shell and the powdered sugar all over them. Oh, they are just the best things that have ever happened. I'll crush a whole bag in one sitting without even thinking about it. I love Cadbury eggs. They're stupid delicious. Well, one of the things I've always really loved about Cadbury is they had that classic commercial where they were doing the Cadbury Bunny tryouts. And they'd have like, oh, there's a lion, there's a chicken, but none of them were as good as the Cadbury Bunny. And since that commercial, Cadbury every year looks for a new animal mascot. They look for a new Cadbury Bunny in any kind of animal that comes their way. This year, there were 12,000 animals submitted to become the next Cadbury Bunny. And we broke some barriers this year, ladies and gentlemen, because for the first time ever, an amphibian. That's Betty. She is a white tree frog. She is just cute as all get out. I love, they put her in little bunny ears. Oh, she's so cute. So she's just this little white tree frog. She's got bunny ears. She's hanging out on her Cadbury egg. This is the first time an amphibian has ever been named Cadbury Bunny. So this is actually a really big deal. And she's from the U.S. USA, representing. Cadbury is a British company. So the fact that they picked a Florida frog to represent their brand, I mean, it's pretty bold. We've learned a lot about Floridians and the shenanigans that they get into. So hopefully this doesn't backfire. Hopefully she doesn't get caught, like, going 120 down the freeway with a trunk full of stolen alligators and meth or something. You know, regular Florida stuff. And that is the Morning Mews. Thank you so much again for watching and liking this video. Make sure also, anytime you watch these videos, like the video, and then if you wouldn't mind leaving a comment in the on the comment section of this video, it just helps people find us a little bit better. That is always very helpful. If you're looking for other ways to be helpful, I would also like to plug very quickly our Patreon, patreon.com/nightcatshow. Patreon is an awesome service where you can help keep your favorite shows independent. It is so fun being able to wake up every day and create any kind of show that I want. I only have to consider you. What you want, what you like. I'm not beholden to advertisers. I'm not beholden to a company that tells me what I can and can't do and say. It's just me and you. We get to make this show together every day. And I'm only able to do that thanks to the support of my patrons on Patreon. You can sign up for either a $3 tier or a $5 tier. That's a pledge that will come out of your account every month, and it helps me make this show. I love this show. I love getting to do it every day, and it's only through your support that I'm able to do that. We have almost hit $400 a month on the Patreon, which is incredible considering it only started existing like a month ago. I'm really, really happy with how quickly it's grown, and that's all because of you and your support, and I just can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Normally I love to share people who have become patrons. We don't have any new patrons since yesterday. But here's the thing. To get to that $400 mark, I only need one $3 member and one $5 member, and we'll be at $400 a month. I think we can do it. I think we can freaking do it. So, if you have an extra $3 or $5 to spare, it would really help out so much, more than you will ever know, even if it seems like a very little amount of money. It really does help. It adds up quickly. Patreon.com/NightCatShow is the place to check all that out. All right, I think it's time now then to dive into the Book of Unusual Knowledge. This is a bathroom reader book that I got at the thrift store a while ago. It is just overflowing with fun facts and interesting information. I'd like to share some of it with you, if you don't mind. So this article is titled Hair, There, and Everywhere. I promise it's not going to be one of those film strips from the 50s we all watched in health class. So here's something crazy. If you're an average non-balding person, I don't like being referred to as a balding person, but if we're going to reduce me down to that, I guess we'll do it in this book. If you're an average non-balding person, you have approximately 100,000 hairs on your head. And that's a lot of hair. I think it's even more shocking when you find out, though, that people normally shed about 50 to 100 hairs every day. And if you're my cats or my roommate, that is like quintupled. This is the hairiest house in all of America. Between my back, my roommate's head, the cats, and the dog, there is hair on every conceivable surface. I don't know how hair gets the places that it does. It's like glitter. If you've ever crafted with glitter, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It gets everywhere, and once it's on your sweater, there's no getting it off. I'll tell you what. So, yeah, if you're wondering why your house is so hairy, it's because every single person in it is losing like 50 to 100 hairs. Do you know, in a family of 5, that means that they're losing like 500 hairs a day? Ugh, I hope you got a Roomba, girl, because that's the only way I can keep up on it. The Guinness World Record holder for longest hair is a Chinese woman named Xi Jinping, that's what I'm going with, whose hair measures a whopping 18 and a half feet long. Could you imagine brushing 18-foot hair? I won't go off of a 15-foot diving board, and she could literally dip her hair into it from the top of the diving board. Very impressive, she. Most hair grows about 6 inches per year, and men's hair tends to grow faster than women's hair. Isn't that interesting? Man, I remember I used to do a lot of theater, and every time one of the makeup artists had to do my makeup, or the makeup on any of the boys in a couple of the shows I was in, like, it's not fair! Boys have such better eyelashes! It's not fair! I'm like, well, I don't do anything to them, and you're sitting there, you know, playing with them, plucking them, covering them in makeup. I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it. That's just me. Call me crazy. But I've never paid attention to my eyelashes before. Not one time have I looked at my eyelashes and been like, wow, dang, you look good today. So I don't know. Maybe there's something to it that way. Like, women maybe play with their hair a little bit more, dye it, process it a little more, so it's just not growing as quickly. Okay, so here's something that's a fun fact for you. Hair is made of the same thing as your fingernails. It's called keratin. But keratin can be found in all sorts of stuff. It's like a protein. Keratin is also what a lot of fly poop is made out of. When you break down the chemical compound of fly poop, it's made out of keratin as well. Rhino horns are made out of keratin. A lot of different kinds of horns and feathers contain keratin. There was one that was really... turtle shells. Turtle shells are made, so they're bone, and then they're covered in keratin as well. So that protein helps basically any part of your body that's like, you know, your shiny, your hair, your nails, your vitamin E body parts. Those are keratin, which I think is very, very interesting. And finally, a single strand of hair can support up to 100 grams of weight. That's just under a quarter of a pound. So that's pretty impressive. It actually has some tensile strength, I believe is what that's called. If it's not, please don't correct me. I don't care to know the real word. That's the Book of Unusual Knowledge. Let's check in on the chat. Let's see how everyone's doing. Good morning, Shelby, Jessica, Marissa, Lindy, Katie. Katie got the first dose of her vaccine. Congratulations, Katie. That's so awesome. Alicia. Sadie, Dark Prince Zizor, good morning. Alicia, good morning. Cass Cat, happy hump day. Happy hump day to you, Cass Cat. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I don't want to jinx it, but yesterday it was pretty nice. I went on a couple. It was chilly, but it was fine. I'm hoping we get another day like that. I haven't looked at the weather yet. Yes, let's see what else we got here. Emmanuel, hi, Emmanuel. Oh, yeah, Katie. Katie says that her husband dies about the hair in her house. Katie has very long, gorgeous hair. She's got 3 girls, all of whom, I'm assuming, have just, like, the longest, gorgeous, most shednest heads in the entire world. And Katie's a hairdresser, so I'm sure plenty of hair makes its way back to the house from doing all the hairdressing. So I can't imagine how much hair is all over that house. If you don't have a Roomba already, Katie, you really should invest in one. I'm not like getting paid by Roomba to say this. I'm just an actual big fan and a big believer in the Roomba vacuum robot. It's mind-shattering. Dark Prince Zizor says that it takes him about 3 years to grow his hair down to his butt. I get women jealous of my nails and lashes all the time. I'm telling you, the ladies love our nails and lashes, and it's because we don't do anything to them, and then they're jealous because they've been playing around with them. I don't know if that's true. I don't know anything about makeup, so there's that. I love when you get into the chat. It's always very fun. Don't forget to like this video. Leave a comment on the video as well. And don't forget, it is Wednesday. Thank you for pointing that out, Cass Cat. It is Wednesday, which means there's a brand new episode of Nightcap with Nightcat coming out tonight at 7 o'clock. For Sunken Treasure this week, I'm doing a full house tour. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to show you a lot of the Harry Potter collection, but then we're moving out of the set. Oh, come here. I'm sorry, he's so insistent this morning. He's very needy. So we're gonna start here, but then I'm gonna show you everything else in the house. I have some weird collections. I've got like dating games. I have a ton of like teenage girl sleepover party, mystery date, things like that. Very, very fun. I've got the banned and controversial toy wall. Veronica, my roommate, is going to let us peek into her room and take a look at the Sailor Moon collection. But there's so much more weird stuff in here than just toys. We have a cat wheel. I'll show you how the cats use the cat wheel. It's like a hamster wheel, but you know, it's for cats. I can't wait for tonight's Sunken Treasure. It's going to be the most fun. So make sure it premieres at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time live on YouTube. I live chat during the premiere of every episode. So make sure you're there at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time tonight for the premiere of episode 12 of Nightcap with Nightcap. All right, Freddie, I'm sorry. You're going to be really inconvenient for this. Okay. Oh, don't touch the... Okay, you got to go away. All right, between me and you, these cats are killing me. I've been unemployed for about a month now, so I'm at home all day, and I'm not a person who usually spends a lot of time at home. And these cats have gotten too used to it. They're too formal, or they're no longer formal with me. They're too casual. They treat me like a friend instead of the alpha that I am in this house. And they never leave me alone. They're just always, Freddy's always, I love him so much. I love my son. But he's always in my face. It is constant, nonstop. This cat is in my face all the... I love you. I don't know what to do anymore, man. I don't know what they're gonna do when I have to go back to work. They're gonna lose their minds. Anyway, thank you for dealing with him for a moment, letting me take him to work. I think it's time now for the prize pond. Now, here's the thing. Yesterday, I was supposed to play with, where's Dark Prince Zizor? Where is your phone number? I was supposed to play, I should have had this ready to go. I was supposed to play with Surrier, is Surrier's name. I cannot seem to find where that went, though. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I don't know where this is going. I think this is it. Alright, Dark Prince Zizor, I should be calling you. Now, yesterday I couldn't hear him, but he could hear me. So it's ringing.
Hello?
Hey, is this Surrier?
This is.
Oh my gosh, I can hear you and everything. What's going on, Surrier?
Just sitting in bed watching your video.
Oh, well, fantastic. Good morning. What are you up to the rest of the day? You go to work or anything?
It depends on if we get more work. We have a few routes to dispatch. I don't know if they're going to have me come into it or not.
Oh, that's cool. What do you do?
I actually work for Amazon.
Oh, rad. Okay. And I guess, yeah, work is pretty up and down over there, depending on how much I decide to order. My roommate has been ordering, let me tell you, the boxes that come to this house, we had 3 different deliveries yesterday. So she's keeping you very busy.
Yeah, that'll do it.
All right, well, would you like to play Prize Pond before you start dispatching?
I would love to.
Let's do it. I'm so happy that we actually could do it today. So I'm sure you've seen us play Prize Pond, but for those of you who have not watched it before, here's how it works. Behind me, I've got 2 fish tanks. These fish tanks currently have a fishing pole and a fishing net in them. Each of them has a fantastic prize attached, but Surrier, you only get to pick one. Which would you like, the hook or the net?
Let's go with the hook.
You're gonna go with the hook? Oh, yeah. Get over here, you. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, we had a fighter. Let's see what we got in here. Hopefully it's something good. Oh, we got a grab bag. We got a grab bag full of candy, little toys, sticky hands. These are some handmade Nightcat magnets. We've got a Curiosity Killed Nightcat, which is the true crime podcast dropping this Friday on Nightcat Radio, as well as a Morning Mews magnet, which I know that you watch pretty avidly. And we've got a little stuffed kitty and some more little toys inside the bag. So this is kind of like one of the Easter grab bags that I've been selling on nightcatmerch.com. How do you feel about that?
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty rad, right?
Between me and my wife, we've already gotten 3 of your grab bags. So.
Oh, that's so funny. So you have this already. Well, I would like to give you the chance, if you'd like to swap, you can pick out the hook instead. Would you like to switch to the hook? Or, I'm sorry, the net,
yeah,
excuse me.
Yeah, the net. Let's switch to the net.
Let's do it. Ugh. Ugh. Oh. Ooh, it was no wonder it was so wiggly. You've got yourself a grow your own iguana that grows to 600% of its size when put in water. How do you feel about that?
That's pretty sweet.
I love the grow your own animals. They're always really fun. Surrier, I'll make sure that this gets in the mail to you. I'll get your address a little bit later. Have a great day at work, maybe. If you end up dispatching and stuff. And thank you so much for playing and supporting Nightcat. You're the best.
Thank you so much.
Hey, take it easy. Tell your wife I say hi too.
Okay, I will.
All right, take it easy. Bye. That's the first time I was ever like, hey, tell your wife I said hi, where I wasn't trying to be gross. Because normally I'd like leave the office or whatever and be like, hey, tell your wife I said hi. Tell your wife I'll see you later. But sorry, I just really did want you to tell your wife I say hello. Because she sounds like she watches Nightcat too. It's so stupid. So I'm ridiculous. Anyway, that's the Prize Pond. We play every day on Morning Announcements. It's super duper fun. I love getting to talk to you every morning. It's just a blast. I love getting to know everyone. If you haven't made it onto Prize Pond, but you still have stories or stuff about your life that you want to tell me, you can text me anytime at 601-557-CAT1. We have been getting a ton of texts lately, some really good stuff coming in that I'm planning on using on the show. There's one, I'm waiting to find out how it works out, but this, one of our night kittens, text me all about how she counterfeited a note. She basically counterfeited a sick note, and I want to see how it all shakes out before I ask her if I could talk about it, but it was hilarious. That's the sort of juicy gossip. If you need to confess something, That's the place to do it. 601-557-2281 is the place. I love it so much. All right, we did Prize Pond. We did the Book of Unusual Knowledge. We talked about the Patreon. We did the Morning Mews. I told you I have a huge announcement on Friday. Don't forget to watch Morning Announcements on Friday. Oh, I want to tell you so bad right now, but I can't. I'm not going to do it. Huge announcement on Friday. And the P.O. Box, one more time, is down in the description of this video. 3556 South, 5600 West, Suite 1-1015. And then we've got Salt Lake City, Utah, 84120. That'll be in the description of this video. Send me stuff if you want to, if you feel like it. I know a lot of people have been asking for it. I wouldn't normally, beg for stuff, but people have asked. So that if you have anything that you'd like to send in, old hit clips, that is something I'll ask for. If you have old hit clips, I'll take any old hit clips to add to the collection. That's the address to send it to. All right, I think it's almost time for the fish. Thank you again so much for watching. It really only happens because you wake up every morning, you get in the chat, you watch with us, you play along with the games. It's the only way we can do it. So thank you so much for that. Make sure to check out the merch store, nightcatmerch.com. Get yourself some hoodies. We had a lot of people checking it out yesterday. We had a few orders. I love getting orders. It's my favorite thing because my phone makes a little cash register sound. It's like cha-ching. It's very fun for me. So if you'd like your Nightcat hoodies, mugs, I love the warm milk mug. It's one of my favorites. Look at that sleepy kitty. And then on the back, it's just got a regular old Nightcat with Nightcat logo. It's one of my favorite mugs. You can find that at nightcatmerch.com as well as everything else. I'm also selling toys. If you'd like to order some toys, you can do that on nightcatmerch.com as well. I buy them directly from the manufacturers overseas, so they might take a few weeks to get here, but they'll get here, buddy. I will make sure that they get here. That is the merch store. Don't forget the audio from every episode of Nightcap with Nightcat as well as Morning Announcements, and starting Friday, the true crime episodes will be dropping for patrons. But Nightcat Radio Podcast is the way you can find the audio for all of these things. Subscribe to it, rate, review. It always helps a ton. And I think that's it. Have a fantastic day. I'm going to turn it over to the fish. Here is your 3 minutes of fish. Bye. Bye.